The movie Unfrosted is an accurate and humorous representation of how companies manage their innovation process. Everything starts at the discovery stage. In the movie Unfrosted, the discovery happens when Bob from Calyx sees two kids dumpster diving at Post and eating a strange fruit-filled breakfast pastry. After seeing this, Calyx realizes that Post is on the edge of creating something revolutionary. This aligns with the idea generation stage in the NPD process, where companies look around their environment, watch competitors closely, and identify opportunities. They evaluate if the idea is worth chasing, which mirrors the idea screening stage. Is the idea feasible? Is it important? Will it save the company from losing market share? All of these concerns are highlighted in the movie through the intense panic Calyx feels after losing Bowl and Spoon Award for years.
To turn the idea into something meaningful, Calyx enters what the innovation model calls applied research. This part of the movie is shown when Bob brings his old colleague Stan, who was working at NASA. Together, they begin experimenting with different formulas, textures, and heating methods to create a pastry that is shelf-stable, fruit-filled, tasty, and safe to toast. From trying strange fillings to dealing with exploding prototypes, these scenes show real-life concept development and testing, exploring what might work, identifying what definitely doesn't, and slowly narrowing down the idea of something that has genuine potential. Even the taste pilots they hire, like the crazy group of people who test flavor combinations and sometimes sabotage each other, represent early user testing. Their reactions, extreme as they are, mirror how companies test consumer acceptance before moving further.
Kellogg enters full product development once the idea becomes solid. At this stage, the team works on perfecting the Pop-Tart by experimenting with its shape, the ingredients, and packaging. The movie shows many technical challenges. The prototype explodes in toasters. The team argues over making the pastry rectangular. Then eventually discover the foil packaging is essential to keep it fresh. The scenes highlight how real product development is filled with trial and error, the constant adjustments, and high level of risk. This is symbolized humorously when one of the pilots is killed in an accidental explosion during testing, emphasizing how uncertain and difficult this stage can be.
Now that the product idea is forming, we now have to focus on the marketing technique, the shape, how it's going to compare with the cereal, and how to simply name it. Now, the naming struggle, where they end up with Trat Pop instead of Pop Trat. It's funny, but accurate reflection of how branding often evolves unexpectedly. Around this time, Kellogg's also performed what NPD calls business analysis. Bob travels to make a deal with Puerto Rican sugar lord, securing 99% of the world's sugar supply just so Post cannot produce their pastry. Even Marjorie Post flying to the USSR to negotiate for Cuban sugar reflects business strategy and resource planning at the highest levels.
The movie also shows a test marketing phase. We can see that when the mascots get scared about losing their jobs, when kids try the first version of the pastry, and even when the President Kennedy reacts to the idea of communist breakfast party. All these reactions act like early market tests. They show how different people feel about the new product. The panic from the mascots, the industry fears, and the political pressure all show the kind of surprising feedback a company gets when a new idea is tested in the real world. It finally reaches the commercialization stage and starts selling the Pop-Tart nationwide. After the FDA approves it, the launch is a huge success. Pop-Tarts sell out across the country in seconds. Post's rival product, Country Squares, fails badly because they rushed it. Post's rival product, Country Squares, fails badly because they rushed it. They didn't test it properly and didn't brand it well. The movie shows that when you follow a proper innovation and product development process, your product is much more likely to succeed. It also shows that skipping steps can lead to failure.